Hey, what's up, everybody? How we doing? Today we're going to be taking a look at the DC Multiverse McFarlane figure of the Armored Batman, which is based loosely off of the Armored from the end of Dark Knight Returns. As you can see, we have the figure in the box here. Very classic McFarlane box. It's a giant open window, name on the side, a nice art of the figure itself on the back, as well as some other figures that are released in this line. Name on the side, Batman the Dark Knight Returns, debatable. But enough of the box. Let's open it. And here we have the Armored Batman, which I think looks pretty good. Doesn't look terrible. It's a good representation of that design, albeit taking a little bit of personal artistic liberties, which is what Todd does best. I have some quality controls issues with this, though, because the arm here on this arm is on the right side is very loose at the shoulder joint, and so it just tends to flop around quite a bit. It's not a quality control issue. I just don't like these feet. As you can see right here, it's a rubber material for the top of the boot, but inside you can see the joint and everything, and it's just it's too small to support a figure of this size, I think, so we might have like some issues with it. But taking a look at the sculpt work, it's really good. It's what you expect from a McFarlane figure. The sculpt is immaculate, but it's just everything else is not great. That's my hot take on the McFarlane figures, is that the sculpts are typically fantastic, but everything else is but that's just me. And one thing I do like, though, is the texture of this cape. It's a very nice texture. It's a matted rubber material, and I think it works very well. Taking a look a little closer, yeah, this is the Dark Knight Returns Batman, all right. A little more Batman vs Superman-y, but it is still that. It's meant to be that design. It's got like this suit of presumably lead of some sort. Little bits of armor on and here and there. You know, he's got his gauntlets here with the blades and everything on each side. It looks good. Shoulder pads. You can see a little bit of the texture of the cloth underneath the armor. One thing that's cool is he does have these like spiked boots at the bottom here, and that's fun. That's a touch that would make sense for this version of Batman, and I like it. I think it looks really good. Taking a look at the articulation for this, though, we have a head on a ball joint. It can look up that far, can look down, not at all. It sits completely flat. A little bit if you push it inside. Can turn that far to the left, turn that far to the right, look that far, do a full 360. There's a belly rocker joint here at the bottom of the belly, which could force him to look down, not at all, and up a little bit. There is a swivel at the shoulder and a hinge, but you can only go up that far and down that far. There's a single jointed elbow here, which can go in that far and go down that far. There's a swivel at the wrist and a slight hinge. You can get a little bit of an angle there. I can give some, grievance. I can give a bit of, forgiveness for the lack of articulation, as this is an armored figure. I get his range of motion isn't the best, but that's up to you. That's for you to decide. Can look that far. You can do a full 360 on the body, if you're wondering. You can do that. Split a little about that far. The armor gets in the way. He can kick forward that far. Can kick back that far. There is a double jointed knee, which is nice. Can go about that far. There is a ball and a hinge at the foot, and a articulated toe joint, which is on a ratchet, which is wild. That's fun. That works very well, so that way you can get some like good poses in, with that joint. Not bad. Now, let's go take a look at the accessories. Now, for the accessories this comes with, we get a set. We get one punching hand for the right hand side, which looks nice. It's well sculpted. I think it looks good. We get a kind of trigger finger hand. I guess if you have a grappling hook, that can work pretty well for that. We get a matching set of open clasping hands. We do not get a right-handed fist, which I think is a shame. That should be in it, but whatever. We get a standard DC Multiverse stand here that comes with basically every figure that you'll get, and a card for the Armored Batman. If I can pick it up, as you can see. Nice image of the figure itself in a decent pose, and a brief read up on the back, which you can pause if you want to read. I don't think you'll need the read up. I think everyone here knows who Batman is, but it's for those of you who don't know. Now, to bring in some characters for a size comparison, I have the Speeding Bullet Superman / Batman, who I have posed in the cover image from which the figure was based. And as you can see, it's a Batman next to a Batman. This is still one of my favorite figures I have. I like the Speeding Bullet Superman a lot. I think it's really good. Bring in a figure of one of my more recent reviews. We have the Renew Your Vows Spider-Man, and oh boy, do the McFarlane figures have a real height advantage on these guys. And it's not just because of the armor. This is just how big those McFarlane figures are. Big guy. Bringing in a prior review I have already done of U.S. Agent. Again, real big height advantage on this figure, but you know, that's just how the McFarlane figures work. They're a larger scale, and if you like that, then I'm very glad that you do. Well, there's your Armored Batman figure, and I hope you liked it, and I hope you liked this video. And if you did, leave a like, leave a comment, let me know what you'd like to see next, and you can find me on my socials at, there you go, and the name will be on the screen right now. Brief little thing to talk about before we end the video fully. I'm recording these videos, recording a whole bunch of videos in a bulk right now, and apologize for the delays and the infrequency of uploads because I've been busy and I haven't had a whole lot of time to do more reviews and recording and everything, but we should be getting back into the swing of things relatively soon. So thank you very much for sticking to the end of this. Have a good day.